confusion in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone,
don't remember when, in and out of consciousness. While others might be stressing now, we rely on our facade to help us out.
Here is a cool little trick with 3 fish. Okay. To be exact, the 3 little fish crackers. Watch. I'm going to make all 3 travel from one fish bowl to another. Here comes the first one. It's just a shake. Like this. It jumps from this fish bowl over to this fish bowl. That's one. First one, across. Watch, number 2. Just a shake, number 2 goes across. Watch the last one. From here, these just 2. This last one, here we go. 3, 2, wait a second. I'm gonna make it even harder for this fish to go. Because when I take the fish and put them in my mouth, it's up inside there. Okay, gonna go for my mouth. There. Actually, I'm gonna even swallow the fish all the way down my stomach. Gonna go from my stomach just like this. All the way from my stomach into my hand. That's fish 1, fish 2, and fish 3. One of the biggest challenges Magic faces, as I'm always saying on this channel, is to get people to care, to get them to be interested in what you're going to do for them, with them, whatever. And this is a very minor variation on a classic coins across. Now, it's usually done with coins, and people care about money to a point, but I'm telling you right now, people care about these darn little fish crackers much more than any coins. This is, of course, great for kids. It's a wonderful trick to do for kids, but it also is great for adults. It really is great in a lot of different contexts. There's so much emotion and so much fun to it. So I'm going to reveal the secrets, some of the simple handling, a couple of ideas around this in just a second. First, the question of the week. And also, I'm going to announce the UFO winners on this video for all of you who entered a contest or left a comment last week for the UFOs. I'm going to announce the 12 winners in just a couple of minutes. At the same time, here's the question, because this week I'm going to be giving away my Surreal Magic. Now, Surreal Magic, it's got about 20 or I think maybe 25 tricks on the project. They're all using ordinary objects, so I thought it was a nice match with this fish trick. They're not really card tricks, they're not really coin tricks, they're sort of tricks with other stuff. So it's called Surreal Magic. I'm going to give away 12 next week. This is your chance to enter this week, though. All you have to do, imagine if you can make a cracker vanish and appear, if you want to amaze some people. This cracker could appear anywhere in the world. Where would you like this cracker to appear? A little fish cracker impossibly appeared. So later on people say, I was at a magic show, this guy made one of these little crackers vanish and amazed everyone, blew everyone's mind by making the little cracker appear. Where? Where would be an unforgettable place? Try to be original. Don't just go with the crass. That's something I have a lot to learn still on. Okay, so leave a comment. Where does the fish impossibly reappear for your chance to win my Surreal Magic project? Okay, now let's jump in here. So this is a variation. It uses this, really there's lots of different ways you can do this. One of my favorite ways to do it is just with the good old shuttle pass, right? We're here. Now the first thing is, of course, you can, I want to say right now, I also have done it many times with these small crackers. It's such a great restaurant trick to do with some little crackers too. But for this, you're going to use 4. You actually use 4 all along. That's what I love about the ending, is it helps you clean things up. So you got 4 crackers here. And you can start by having 3 crackers, and I like having them in this little container, okay? You could even have a smaller container if you wanted to. I just love, looks kind of hygienic. I mean, you're handling food. It's kind of nice to come out here and go, here's the trick. And the audio, excuse me, nicely pulls everyone's focus like this. And you get to show your hands empty. Now, magicians will care about this. Lay people won't. And notice what I can do is I can do this, show these, okay? Then when I put this in my pocket here, I can easily get this in my little palm if I want, okay? Another way to do it, of course, is to have all 4 in there. So here's something with some fish here, and as you kind of dump them from one hand back to the other, what you've been able to do is secretly get one of them in finger palm. I think it's much stronger, though. If you simply start out, like I said, with 3, you can have them trapped in there. Say a joke about, here there's a fish bowl with no water inside, whatever. This can be in your right pocket, like I said. Show your hands really empty. They can take a look at that and see that there are 3. But don't say there are only 3. Say, here's a trick with 3 fish. Okay, we're going to use also a fish bowl. But this isn't a fish bowl. The fish bowl is going to be my hands. This goes into your pocket. While you get there, you get this here. Very easy, very simple, right? Then you can put these on the table if you want, okay, like that. And there are 3, like this. Now notice the way this works beautifully too. This is a fun trick to do for Zoom, right? You can very fairly show 3, put this off camera here, and do what I did, which is when you put it off camera is when you get this, okay? So now you've got your 3. Now you can very fairly show, and people can see that to all intents and purposes, or people can fairly see that there's 3, the guy's got just 3, and this is called a simple false transfer. 3 here, 3 over there. They see just 3. You could go back and forth all day if you had no life showing them. And all I'm doing is as I turn the hand over, I'm letting one of the fish remains in finger palm. Okay, so this one's here. I'm going to turn my hand over, and I'm going to curl my fingers just enough to hold this in the hand. Then this hand, which already has one, is going to catch the other 2. Boom. There's 2, okay? Now, a different technique is I can keep this in a little finger, or I can put my thumb directly on this one. It's right there. Literally, I can put my thumb on that as I turn my hand over, and I'm going to hold it just for a second in place while I dump those 2 on this one. Boom, like this. And then at this point, if you keep your hand here, it'll be awkward, but if you just relax the hand, curl the fingers and drop it to the table, notice I can do that technique, and you can use your finger here, showing just 3 there, turn these over, just 3 there. It really looks just like 3, and you're hiding the 1 every time. So, I'm here. Now, I feel more comfortable finger palm or thumb palming with my right hand. So what I'm going to do is these 3, I'm going to curl them up. I'm going to get one of these basically to my finger and thumb. And as I curl my finger, my hands, I'm going to push this little one into the thumb palm. Goes into what's called thumb palm right there. Shake my hands. And notice I'm no longer here. I'm tilting slightly. I want a little cover here, so I'm going to let them see the back of this hand. So I'm not here. I'm adjusting. I'm here. I squeeze, open my hand, let this one drop to the table. That's number 1. I'm going to push this back just a hair here. And then when I open my hand, so I open this hand, then I open these, so let these 2 drop here, and all focus is here. Nobody realizes I've kept one on my thumb. I pick up the first one. I say, that's number 1, has traveled across. I mean, look how fair that looks. That's number 1, It's showing the right hand empty here, boom, and I'm going to pick these up. And all I'm doing is switching. I show this, and I'm going to turn. Now, this is David Roth's shuttle pass. I've referred to it a few times on the channel. Going to put the side of my fingers, going to get against here. The moment this contacts, I'm going to turn. I'm going to keep this one in my little palm here while turning and just showing that one. Then turn the hand over and put this one in. Nobody sees I got that other one there because these curled fingers are opening to receive there. So it looks like I've shown one's gone across, but now there are two there. Pick up these two. Again, put one in that thumb palm up in here. Just a squeeze, open the hand showing two there and one there. Or you could open this one first showing one there and two there, right? And then to finish, you can either pick up these two, add the third one and put everything in, or you could pick up these two and do that transfer we talked about at the beginning, where you say, watch the last two, showing this, putting that in there, looks so fair. Say the last one, and you could either go right into it, I'm going to put it in my mouth, or you could take it, put your fist around, say you're going to make it travel, 3, 2, wait a second. A little dramatic pause there, change up the pacing. 3, 2, wait a second. I'm going to make the journey. I'm going to make this one have to swim. You know how trout swim upstream? This one's going to have to swim. It's going to swim. This little fish is going to swim a whole lot further. It's going to have to swim a lot further to end up in my hand because I'm not going to just hold it in the other hand or the other fish bowl, if you will. I'm going to put it right here in my mouth. Now, what you might want to do, look, I got a few crackers, is you're here, rather than obviously showing it on the tongue, okay? Rather than really, what you might want to do is be more subtle with it. Because if you think that chewing this and swallowing this and then it's there, you want to be a bit more subtle. You could say, watch the last one. I'm going to put it in my mouth. Chew it up. I'm going to swallow it. There. Like swallow like that. No, I really did put it in my hand. Or you could do this, blow, show these three, then show the hand. So depending on your personality, you don't want to confuse people, but you could play with it a bit rather than explicitly putting it on the tongue, just pretend to put it in and make it look like it's in your hand and it's gone there, whatever, like that. Ultimately, it's a version of the coins across, or an old thing they used to call 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. And it's a lot of fun. It's very magical. I love the cleanup at the end rather than having to get rid of that last one by lapping it or palming it or getting your sleeve or bribing a dear friend, please go to the bank, take this fish. What you can do instead is just put in your mouth and add a little comedy and boom like that. All right? Now, I said I was going to help the UFO winners. UFO winners, U12 won UFOs. Check it out at SankyMagic.com. Very cool trick, UFOs. These discs fly all over the place using these very cool props. The winners of UFOs are Hickory Strength. I kid you not. Hickory Strength. Gregor Magic. Chris Olkowski. Kevin Fleetwood. Mike Crombez, Jason Kaysen, with a C, Pete Meach, John Jacob, Venom _3224, Venom, I think it's Venom, sorry, 3224, Angel Garcia, Damian Boland, and Joseph Hernandez. You guys won. As always, send an email to my team. Let them know, hey, I won. Jay just said my name. Let them know your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping address, and they will send out a UFOs with all the gimmicks and all the props and the tutorial to you. Don't forget about the question of the week. If you could have this cracker vanish and appear anywhere during a show, watch the little fish, boom, it's gone, and now I want you to see there it is, wherever the fish reappears. Leave a comment, let me know what would be a cool, a mind-blowing place for the fish to reappear. Also, please subscribe. We're getting almost getting close to 400,000. So please subscribe to this channel. And if you want to take your magic to the next level, because most of the stuff here on the channel is beginner level stuff. You want to go to intermediate or, oh my God, super advanced stuff, the pro level, where tricks that'll truly take your understanding of magic to a whole other level. Check out InsideDeception.com. It's my exclusive training site. It's the world's #1 training site for people to take their magic and mentalism super seriously. Memberships just start at $9.95. So please subscribe to this channel. Over 800 videos, next level tutorials, a lot of exclusive stuff on Inside Deception. We'll do it over there. Check out Inside Deception. Subscribe to the channel. Have a beautiful day.
Well, I'm going to show you 3 tricks with a pencil. The first one is the vanishing pencil. Watch. Vanishing pencil. The second one is pencil up the nose. Ah! I'm going to break that down for you even more. What you're going to do is clip it like this, hold the paper right here, and here is the back view. Boom! The appearing pencil. The next trick is the vanishing pencil. This is a really cool move and it's applicable to all different types of magic. I mean, you could do this move in any different scenario with lots of different objects. You clip the pencil again between your two fingers like that, and so you hold it between your two fingers like that, and you bring it up. I'll do it slow motion. Now you're going to want to move your hands the same way and have them in the same position. This illusion is all about angles. To bring it back, you clasp your hands together and bring it up. Watch. That's the appearing pencil. The next one is the vanishing pencil. Watch closely. Take the pencil and just toss it away. Bring it back. Watch. To do that effect, what you're going to do is put the pencil between the webbing right here. You're going to hold it like this, right? So this is the move. You're holding the pencil just like this, and you're gonna. That's it. To bring it back, that's the move, so you hide it like that, see? Watch. Pencil up the nose. This is one of my favorites. Ah! Pencil up the nose. This is how you do it. Be very careful with this. Hold on to this very tightly. You hold the top of the pencil like so. Now you're not gonna change the position of this pencil. Look, watch. You go up like this. Ah! See?
and welcome back. And today we're gonna figure out the secrets behind some of the most famous magic tricks from America's Got Talent. So, let's get started. The paper bags and knife trick. Aaron Crow, the magician known to scare the hell out of everyone, this time around performed a very dangerous knife trick. As usual, he calls his favorite judge Howie on stage to be his volunteer for the trick. Now, there are 4 paper bags placed on stage, and after asking Howie about his choice, he places the knife underneath the second bag with its sharp blade pointing upwards. He then randomly mixes up the position of those bags quite a few times, without Howie and anyone else noticing. Thereafter, he also tells Howie to exchange the position of the bags without him noticing. Now, Aaron tells Howie to choose which 2 boxes he should smash his hand down onto, by slamming a large hammer onto a pillar. Howie gets the first 2 choices right, and now there are only 2 bags left. But this time around, he even calls Simon on stage for the most dangerous part of the trick. The trick was so hard to watch that Mel even pressed the red buzzer to stop the act.
Thanks, Mel.
After Howie chose the red bag on the left, Simon was about to slam his hand down when Aaron stopped him and made him smash his hand onto the other bag. The other bag was all safe, as Simon was saved by Aaron to end this terrifying act. So, how did Aaron know which bag had the knife in it? The first and foremost thing is that you should never try this stuff at home or anywhere else. Now, regarding the bags, Aaron is a very clever magician and he knew which paper bag contained the knife all along. Obviously, all the paper bags look similar, but it's quite possible to make one bag stand out from the other, and this is what Aaron did. He made a unique crease on each of the paper bags before putting the knife underneath the bag. The crease could be anything which only he can see, like his fingerprints, a pattern on the bag, or something else, and is hidden away from the camera. Also, to make this act safe for the judges, Aaron relied on another method to make this act a success. Otherwise, why would the producers of the show allow such a dangerous act to take place had it gone wrong? The other way is that, if you see, while Aaron was moving the bags, he could clearly notice the weight differences in the bags. Hence, the bag with the knife would have more weight than all the other bags. So clearly, this would allow him to identify which one of the bags had the knife in it. The heavier bag theory is safer and easier, but either way, this trick works quite well. Now, some of you'd think, what if Howie stopped at the bag where the knife was? How would he cover that? Only one bag contains the sword, so when Howie hits the hammer, Aaron can either do it exact, or he can add a little delay, allowing him to move to another bag, since he already knows the bag. Also, when only 2 bags were left, it doesn't matter when Howie slams the hammer, because either the magician is going to stop Simon's hand like he did here, or he's going to smash straight down. Finally, the only thing that was sure is that Aaron was, after all, going to save Simon and impress us all. The first trick, the black table card trick. Eric Chien, one of the best close-up magicians on America's Got Talent, should have gotten a golden buzzer the way he executed this act. But anyways, here's what he did. Eric starts off the trick by opening a small wooden box, inside which there is a long white ribbon, and using the ribbon divides the table into 2 halves, with the red card on the left side and the blue one on the right side. In the process, even the color of his dress has changed from black to the dual red and blue color. This dress change also takes place at the end of his act when he's seen searching for the ribbon. Thereafter, and only leaving a small part of the card visible. Perform all this amazing stuff? Well, here's the secret. To make this act easier to understand, we'll break it down into 4 parts. First, the card color change. Second, the disappearing and reappearing of the card. Third, the dress color change. And fourth, the magical appearance of the rectangular frames. Also, most of this act is skill-based and sleight of hand, which only enhances the credibility of the magician. So, the first time around, he pulls out a deck of red cards and places the cards on the left and right of the ribbon, with the cards on the right side turning blue. Here, the deck of cards you see is actually 2 sets of cards, with the red ones at the top and a few blue ones at the bottom of the deck. Thereafter, he uses a famous sleight of hand technique known as bottom dealing or base dealing, in which the bottom card from a deck of cards is dealt instead of the top card. So Eric here slides the top card partially off the deck as if to deal it, while the right hand instead takes hold of the bottom card. The card is snapped away from the deck while the top card is reset back onto the deck. Here in this frame, you can see how his ring finger goes up to push the bottom card out of the deck from underneath and places it on the table. To confirm that the bottom cards were blue, if we look back at the moment when he takes out the rectangular frame, here you can see the backside of 5 of hearts, which is blue. So now this is how the cards on the right turned blue. Now the second time around, the color change happens when he takes a few blue cards and instantly turns it into red. For this part, there are already a few red cards concealed in his right hand. And it was during this moment of the act, just after the dress change, when he picks up a few red cards, holds it in his right hand, and keeps the remaining card back on the table. So now you know it, using a quick sleight of hand, he produces the red card from his right hand, which creates this amazing illusion. Now, there was one impressive color change, which happens when he takes this red-colored Jack of Spades, brings it on the right, and as you can see, the color changes to blue. Then he slides that card on either side of the ribbon to change the color. For this part, he's actually holding 2 cards loosely attached back to back. The card underneath is a Jack face with a blue back, and the card on top is a black face with a red back. So, when he places it upside down on the table, now the blue card is on top. Here, he only picks up the blue card, and the red card is hidden because of the black face, using the black art principle of magic, and we don't notice because it's the same color as the mat. So this way, he shows the blue card, the red card. This way, he converts it to red. Also, you see him deal much more carefully with the blue card because it has another card, that is, black face with a red back, underneath it. Here, he conceals that blue card in his hand and reveals the red card. Finally, he gets rid of that red card with a black face, as you can see in this frame, and brings out the blue card to finish the amazing color change trick. Now, coming to the part where he disappears and reappears the card back. The black mat has some sort of latex cover that has cuts in them. This is why we see the outline of the card when it was under the top layer of the black latex cover. Also, the top layer is half transparent, which makes it impossible to notice with all that texture on the mat as it blends in with the black mat. Coming to the card, it's a special card which has a cutout part and is loosely taped and held onto its exact sized black part of the card to make it look like a complete blue card. Also, the ribbon has 2 small magnets which hold and drag the black latex cover. So the card that he disappears here, he just pulls that latex cover on top of the card using the ribbon, and then pulls out that already cut out card. This creates the illusion of the card disappearing, but you know it, it's the black art magic. Finally, he places the cutout card back in its place, slides the ribbon over it to reappear back the blue card. So he used 2 gimmicks, black latex cover underneath his hand, and the cut pocket inside the mat where the latex cover slides into. Now, coming to the third part of the trick, how did his dress change color? Well, it's an easy one. The magician was actually wearing 2 additional vests on top of his black dress. The first vest on top of the black dress was the dual-colored red and blue outfit, and the topmost vest was black-colored. Now during the trick, when he threw the cards as a distraction and went to bend to grab them in an obvious failed attempt, then he hid his hand and pulled out his black vest so quickly that no one noticed. Here you can see a very small piece of black cloth in his hand for a small moment, and in this frame, some part of that red and blue vest is visible. The next time around when he changes his dress, he pretends to be looking for a ribbon that had disappeared from his face. He bent down again. In the meantime, he pulled the uniform down with his right hand, so the outfit changes from red to black. Note, only the front part of the additional costume was placed on the chest. This made it easier for him to withdraw the costume and change it quickly. So it's all sleight of hand. Now, moving on to the fourth part of the reveal where he magically makes the card frames appear on the table. The card frames that appear on the table are both digitally controlled. If we slow down the video, here you can see the taped rectangular frames of the cards seemingly appear out of nowhere, and you can actually see that the image is an electronic one programmed within the black mat, because the image pops up before Eric throws the taped frame down onto the table. You can also see the blur that takes their place, and both boxes look identical. Also notice that these rectangular frames never move, even when he puts cards on them. That is, both boxes have slightly elevated edges, but they never move even slightly. Hope it clears that up. Now, in his long performance, Eric performed a few more tricks like disappearing all the cards, and even did some great tricks with coins. So guys, once you give us 100,000 likes on this video, we'll be coming back very soon with the reveal of his remaining tricks. So guys, hope you got the secrets behind the most famous magic tricks from America's Got Talent. Which trick impressed you the most? The black table card trick or the knife trick? And name any other magic trick you would like us to reveal. Let us know in the comments below. Hello and welcome back. And today, we're gonna figure out the secrets behind some of Got Talent's most famous magic tricks. So, let's get started. The second trick, the book and bottle trick. This amazing trick got Richard Jones, the British magician and soldier, through to the semifinals of Britain's Got Talent. Here's what he did in his trick. He brings along two things. One, a bottle wrapped as a gift, and two, Amanda Holden's autobiography, inside which there is a photograph of all the 4 judges. He then asks Alicia, one of the judges, to make him stop anywhere she wants, as Richard ruffles through the pages of the book. After Alicia tells him to stop, he places that photo above the page number where she stopped on. He then tells Alicia to remember that page number and the first word on that page, as he keeps the photo inside his pocket. He then takes out the receipt of the book, shows the front side to everyone, and tells everyone that he wants the money spent for the book back. Then, magically, he converts that receipt into a few money bills. Thereafter, he asks Alicia which page number it was. She tells it was page number 176. Richard then unwraps the gift, reveals the bottle, and what do we see? The bottle has a piece of paper present inside. Also, after opening the bottle, the paper that came out was, in fact, the exact page number 176 of that book. He then tells Alicia to go to that page number 176, and also informs everyone that the page number 176 no longer exists inside that book. To the shock of everyone, the torn page he took out from the bottle was the exact page which was missing from that book. Finally, he burns the page, and what do we see? Burnt into the page is the chosen word, bottom, which was the first word on that page number 176. So, how did he make that page appear not in the book, but in the bottle instead? This trick consists of 2 parts. First, turning the receipt into money bills, and second, forcing the judge to select the exact page the magician wanted. Coming to the first part, Richard takes out the receipt, unfolds it, and shows the front side to the audience. Now, the receipt is just one long paper with a bill attached to its back. And then, he has another bill folded and hidden behind that receipt using his right hand. Then all he did was just fold the receipt over as it reveals one of the bills using a simple flap. Now, the other bill revealed was already hidden behind the receipt. You can easily figure this out if we slow down the video. Now, for the book part, Alicia was forced to select the missing page number 176. Here's the secret behind this part. The photo he showed to everyone was a gimmick photo. Also, as you can see, he never shows the backside of the photo. So there must be something behind that photo. Well, loosely attached behind the photo is the top right corner part of that page number 176. Also, it was the photocopy of that corner part of the original page that he had attached at the photo's backside. Now, wherever Alicia would have said Richard to stop, at that page, he would show Alicia the corner of page 176 attached at the photo's backside, and in the process, force her to only select page number 176. Also, if you look closely, the amount of page that he shows to Alicia is smaller than the judge's photograph. He then carefully takes out the photo and places it in his pocket. So this is what happened. Richard forced the page 176 which Alicia had chosen, and just before the act had started, he ripped that original page from the book, created another photocopy to place in the corner part behind that photo, and then placed the original ripped page inside the bottle. But some of you'd think, what if Alicia stopped at the beginning of the book? Would the trick not work then? Well, the magician is in control of the book, so even if she stopped at the start, he can delay or speed up the stopping to arrive at a page somewhere in the middle. Also, a volunteer will naturally stop somewhere in the middle of the book and will not wait until the end in case there are no pages left. Finally, we all know the reason why the page fit perfectly to complete page number 176. After he takes out the missing page out of the bottle, if you note, we only get to see one side of the page. Also, since he forced the page, he also knew what the first word in that page was. So it was more convenient for him to have the burn mark of the word bottom pre-made before the act, and was on the back of the missing page the entire time. Also, if you see this frame, there is a small burnt mark present at the front of the page. This confirms that the already burnt mark was pre-made. And the fire set on the page was just a visual effect created using a special gel that burns and then extinguishes. Finally, he reveals the burnt word bottom to amaze the audience and the judges. The first trick, the appearing beer trick. Australians do love their beer, and Dom Chambers, the Aussie magician, proved to everyone that he had a great beer trick up his sleeve when he amazed everyone on the biggest stage of all, America's Got Talent. Here's what he did. Dom starts his trick by showing everyone that the paper bag is empty. Then he produces a glass of beer from that paper bag. Thereafter, he keeps on producing more glasses of beer, sometimes from the sleeve of his jacket and sometimes from behind the table placed on stage where he performs quite a few cool tricks. Also, to bring variety to his trick, he even produces a tiny bottle of wine from the bag and magically converts it into a bigger sized bottle. And now comes the most amazing part of the trick. He takes off his right leg shoe and tells everyone that where there's a coaster, there's a beer. So in this act, before producing a beer, he always reveals a coaster. Then he lifts the paper bag to find nothing inside. Then, all of a sudden, he brings out a glass of beer from inside that shoe. Finally, after taking out his jacket and doing a few tricks on that table, he takes out his shoe and then an empty glass out of that paper bag. To end this trick on a high note, he tilts the shoe and, what do we see? There's beer flowing out of the shoe, which he pours inside the empty glass and finally drinks the beer to amaze everyone around. So, how did he perform all those tricks? Well, here's the secret. The trick involves the concept of palming, sleight of hand, and a whole lot of misdirection. Also, without that table placed on stage, this trick wouldn't have been possible. So this table also plays a major role in this trick. In his act, Dom produces quite a few glasses of beer. Where do they come from? Yes, there's a hidden shelf behind that table, and a few beer glasses were concealed inside the pocket of his jacket. But still, producing them at the right time involves a lot of skill. And we'll look at each of the reveals one by one. Now, the beer coasters are very easy to reveal as they can be easily concealed inside the paper bags or in his jacket. Let's first look at how he produces a glass of beer from that empty bag. For this part, the paper bag you see has a cut at its other side, which he concealed from the audience. Now, the cut in this bag allows his hand to easily reach near his jacket's pocket and bring out a glass of beer. Here, if you look closely, he's holding that glass of beer, which he finally reveals to the audience. Similarly, for the repeat performance, he places his left hand near the right side of his jacket and pulls out a glass of beer from the pocket and then places it in the paper bag before revealing it to the audience. For the next part of the trick, Dom brings out a tiny bottle of wine from that paper bag and converts it into a bigger one. Here, he didn't bring that tiny bottle from the bag. The tiny bottle was already concealed in his right-hand fist, which he must have pulled out from one of his pockets. That's the reason he takes everyone's attention towards the paper bag. Now, for the transformation, the bigger-sized bottle is inside his left-sided pocket. He pulls everyone's attention towards the bag, and using his left hand pulls that wine bottle from the jacket and holds it behind his hand. Then suddenly, he pulls out that wine bottle to create the illusion of the bottle being transformed. But now you know it. the tiny bottle is still in his right-hand fist as he enjoys drinking the wine. Now, what about the tricks involving his shoe? Well, after taking out his shoe and revealing the coaster, there's a moment when he gets behind the table. At this moment, he pulls out a glass of beer from the shelf behind that table and puts it inside the shoe. The glass of beer is now concealed inside the shoe, which he finally brings out to amaze everyone around. Thereafter, he produces another glass of beer which was hidden and loosely attached inside the back of his jacket as he pulls it out and reveals it from inside the sleeve while taking out the jacket. Now, the tricks he does behind the table involve sleight of hand, as he pulls out each glass of beer from the table's shelf and then conceals it behind the paper bag and that table before revealing it. Here, he's holding a glass of beer in his left hand behind that bag, and he's also grabbing that bag with his index finger. And this is how he produces the glass of beer. Now, coming to the final part, how did the beer come out of his shoe? Well, there was a moment when he was behind that table when he grabs a bag behind that table, inside which there is a shoe and an empty glass. Now, the shoe he grabs is another gimmick shoe which has a compartment built in to hold the beer. Then Dom reveals his shoe and an empty glass from the paper bag and points it towards his feet. But now you know it, the shoe he's holding is not his original shoe, and is the gimmick shoe which he had switched with the original one behind the table. Finally, he pours beer from the shoe into that empty glass and drinks it to end this amazing trick. Now, some of you'd think, how come the beer didn't spill out of his jacket? Well, here, we can only say that Dom